What's up, Facebook Live? Sean McLean coming to you from somewhere north of West Palm Beach, and we're heading up 95, heading back to Lake City. It's been a beautiful, beautiful weekend. We've enjoyed being around some of our business associates. We like to call them family. And there's my brother Shane Davidson. He knows what's up, part of the family. So yeah, we're just heading back from West Palm Beach, and we're just sitting in the car talking, and I just figured, just kind of doing a little reflecting back on our life over the last 5 years. For those of you that didn't know, we spent almost 2 years in Honduras on the mission field. That is a large part, the majority of our reason why we work so hard, and why we're trying to get back to the mission field. So I'm just kind of reflecting back. I was talking with a friend of mine, Billy Funk, out of San Diego, and I like to call him Coach Billy, because we learned so much from Billy, and he helps us, especially on these Facebook Lives. He teaches. Him and Ray have a lot of insight on online marketing and even belly to belly. So if any of you know them guys, then throw a 1 in the comments if you know Billy and Ray and you think that they're pretty jam up. But what I just wanted to talk to you about was literally this January will make 5 years we've been back in America. We've been back home. The funny thing was, when we moved to Honduras, we sold everything except for our minivan, parked it at the in-laws, and took the insurance off. We had no intentions of coming back to America. Things didn't work out that way, and we came back. Long and short of it is, that year I had started working for a buddy of mine for $10 an hour, helping him run his lawn maintenance crew. And at the same time, my coach, Billy Funk, got involved with triangle marketing or share marketing or network marketing, if you will. He had never done it before, and he got involved with a company, and he was just telling us his story, and basically he ran all his friends and family away because he didn't understand what he was doing, trying to force feed them some stuff that wasn't going to change their life anyways, just more stuff to buy most likely. While Billy Funk was doing that, having never done belly-to-belly marketing a day in his life, I was pushing push mowers and riding lawnmowers and weed-eating houses and landscaping and laying irrigation pipe, right? Flash forward now, it's been almost 5 years. January will be 5 years we've been back. And it's funny how in just the same 4 years it took Billy Funk to become an internet sensation, to become an authority in his field. We just get started. So, just kind of looking back in reflection, I just want to point some things out to you. When you learn how to do some things that somebody else has been doing, a lot of times you have the tendency to look back and go, dadgummit, I wish I'd have known that 4 or 5 daggum years ago. Well, you know what? Everything in life's about timing. And even if you were shown that thing, or even if you were taught that thing 4 or 5 years ago, the timing may not have been right in your life to apply it to where your life was, to apply it to your business. And so you can never look at somebody else's success and wish that you would have started doing that thing 4 or 5 years ago when they started, because it still may not have worked. So just thinking about what Billy's taught us and Ray, what they've taught us, and where we're moving with our business, and we're just sitting here talking about how we can't compare the last 5 years of our life with, say, the last 5 years of Billy's life. There's no comparison. We were in a position in our lives where we were trying to get us straight before we were able to learn anything new. So I think a lot of people can try to, I don't know if I'm explaining that thing real good. Thank you, Shane. I don't know if I'm explaining it well enough, or if people are understanding what I'm trying to say. But look at people who are successful in whatever it is that they do. I was with Billy Sammons this weekend, and how many pounds has Billy lost? Like 145 pounds. Guys, do you know what that means to lose 145 pounds? Like, that doesn't make sense. So if your goal, you're trying to lose some weight, and you look at Billy and you're like, how did you lose 145 pounds? And Billy was to tell you how he did it, you can't say, man, I wish I started that a year ago. You got to go, thank you for the information. I'm going to start it today. And then you're going to do it every day. You're going to do the small things that Billy did until he got rid of that 145 pounds. So that's what we're going to do with our lives, guys. What we're learning today, yeah, I would have loved to have known that 5 years ago. But we weren't in a position in our life to apply it 5 years ago. And now we are. And now we are applying it. So that's a whole, 145 pounds, that's a whole person, right? The 4 years that Billy's been implementing and learning and hiring coaches to teach him how to do what he's doing today, that is like major league. Like, he had to put himself under the authority of other people, under the teaching of other people, to learn how to do what he's doing today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting myself under Billy's teaching, under Ray's teaching. So we ask for help. These guys give us guidance. We're plugging into it. We appreciate it greatly. And the same thing goes for, like, the CEO of our company. He has huge vision. Every time we get around BU and we listen to the vision of where our company's going, it blows our minds, guys. We did over $50 million in 12 months, the last 12 months. We're projecting to do over $400 million in the next 12 months. Do you understand the amount of growth that's involved in that? Do you understand that it's going to take people plugged into that system to make that happen? That's crazy. So we've got a goal. We set it high. We've got a big vision. The co-founders that are involved with Prove It, our CEO Brian Underwood, their vision is huge, and it's laser focused. Now, would I have loved to have been there when they were formulating the product over a year ago? Absolutely. But can I ride around thinking about, man, I wish we'd have been there? No, I can't do that. All I can do is go look at what's dropped in our laps. Look at what we have. One phone call changed our life on the 18th of December, 2015. One phone call. It's up to us to go out and do this thing, right? Nobody's going to go share with our friends and family but us. On top of that, we just spent the last 2 or 3 hours walking around on West Palm Beach. Every other car was a Maserati or a Rolls Royce or a Tesla or we just came from the McLaren dealership. You want to talk about wild? We just came from the McLaren dealership. They had McLarens, they had Jaguars, they had the Type F, they had the 4-doors, they had a Maserati, Aston Martin. Pretty wild. We were hanging out on Worth Street for a couple hours and made some excellent contacts, some excellent leads. Hung out down on the boardwalk. And you know what? This is what I'm telling you. Hey, look, we're on 95 and we're fixing to pass. The little Prove It Honda is fixing to go by a beautiful cobalt blue Stingray Z06. That is a beautiful car. I've sat in one of them. I haven't bought one yet. Anyhow, we're just walking around and talking to people down there, and they're looking for better, guys. They're looking for better in their lives. They're looking for better health. They're looking for a better way to make money, for a residual income. They are looking for better, and I hate to say it, the people in West Palm Beach are used to a lifestyle that most people in my area can't even, we don't even consider it to be a lifestyle because, well, honestly, most people in our area have never even visualized that lifestyle in person. They've never seen it. So, you know, if you fall in that category, what I suggest you to do is to suck up a couple $100, put a little bit of fuel in your car, drive to West Palm. If you got to sleep in the parking lot, do it. Personally, we found a room for $98 that was probably one of the nicest rooms we stayed in this year. Absolutely beautiful, very modern motel. And just get out, walk around, and do a little bit of dream building and realize that the world's a lot bigger than the place you live in, and there's a lot more to this great big world than what you see sitting in sticks. Boy, these popos are all over the place. So, yeah, get out, expand your vision of the world, expand your thought process, and realize that not only do your friends and family in your local community need our product, we know they need our product. We also know that most of them can't differentiate between what something's worth and what something costs. Now, there's a big difference there. You know, a buddy of mine has a big limp. He goes to the gym with us. He's in his late 60s. He's a mechanic. He's one of the hardest working guys I know. And we're talking about this product, and another guy listening in on says, that's the greatest product ever. I've done a bunch of research, though he hasn't taken it. He's telling my buddy this. And he says, it's the greatest product ever if you can afford it. And I said, are you serious? And he goes, oh yeah, it costs a lot. I said, well, cost is relative to what you're getting, bro. And he goes, oh yeah, no, you got the greatest product there is. Like, it beats anything out there in the supplement industry. This is a big gym guy. He goes, but it costs a lot. So I turned that back to the guy with a limp, and I said, Danny, let me ask you a question. If I told you for $5,000 a day, you could get rid of that limp, but it was going to cost you $5,000 a day, would you do it? He said, where do I sign up? I said, I take it that's a yes. And he said, Sean, there's no amount of money that would stop me from getting rid of this limp. I think it's like a good 2 or 3 inch difference between one leg to the other. So I looked back at the other guy and said, you see, worth is different from person to person. And it's worth $5,000 a day for this guy not to walk around with a limp again. Because the limp kills his hips, his back, his neck, and pretty much makes it where he can't do anything. He comes to the gym to stay limber, take some of the pain away. So, worth is huge, guys. You got to know what something's worth versus what it costs. And we just came from an area where money's more plentiful than maybe it is in the area that we live in. But I'd say the biggest thing with people down there is this, especially with the elderly. They have lots and lots of money, but they also know that they can't buy longevity. There's nothing out there on the market, and they're looking for better. And this goes for, there's, not just this area. There's areas all over the world that are the same way. There's areas within 30 minutes from where you live, no matter where you live. There's areas within an hour if 30 minutes is too close. Drive 1 hour, spend 1 hour, drive into a big city where there's a lot more money than there is living out in the sticks, and find people that are looking for better. Now, you can find them right where you're at. But if you can't do that, if for some reason you believe you can't do that, then drive. Find somewhere to drive to the big city. Find somewhere there's a lot more money, where people are looking for better, and talk to them about ketones. Because one thing's a fact, there's not a single supplement on the entire market that you can put in your mouth, put it in your body, and within an hour, take any kind of test known to man and prove that the supplement's actually doing what it says it's going to do. There's not a multivitamin, there's not a fish oil, there's not a pre-workout, there's not a glucose supplement, there's not a protein powder. Do we know that them things work? Yeah, we believe they do, that's why we take them. But there's not a test that you can take and prove it. But with our product, we can absolutely do that. So I just encourage you today to look forward, reflect on where you were, reflect on where you are, and think about where you're going. And remember that the rear view, though it's hooked to the windshield, is a very, very, very small fraction of what you're looking at. The windshield is 200 times bigger than the rear view for a reason. You should be looking forward in your life and where you're going, and keep just enough rear view to remember where you come from, so you don't outgrow your britches, if you know what I'm talking about. So just trying to share my heart today, guys, and I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Hey, if this message hits home, if you understand it, if you believe in it, if you think somebody can get anything out of it, then hit on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. You should have a share button. Just share it with your friends. We'd appreciate that. We love you guys. Trying to share part of our life with you. Try to be inspiring. Motivation's temporary, and though I love a good motivator, at the end of the day, when my head hits the pillow and I got to get up the next morning, it's going to be me. Nobody else is going to be there putting my pants on but me. So inspiration, guys. We're just trying to leave a little bit of inspiration, because inspiration, you can put it in your heart, you can take it with you all day long. So thank you for plugging in with us today. Big Shane, thank you for the love. And we're going to get on down the road, and can't wait to see everybody on, I believe it's the 2nd of December in Dallas. And then it's not, Kim's telling me I'm wrong, but anyhow, we're going to see everybody in Dallas. We're going to see you again towards the end of Dallas. We got a big winter coming up. So hey, y'all keep it real, be better. I'm going to go back to driving. See ya.